Hey friends, it's me, Micah. This is the Homestead Bandwagon, and this is a laser engraver, the Algolaser DIY Kit Mark II. And if you believe what you see on YouTube, this thing is going to make me rich. You see, these machines, the way they're advertised, and it's not just by this company, all the laser engraver companies advertise these that, by having a little creativity, having a little bit of stick-to-itiveness, and having that entrepreneurial spirit can make you some money at home with a machine like this. And I'm here to tell you, that's a bunch of bullshit. Okay. Now, I might have been a little strong with my feelings on this machine because it has started winning me over. So originally when I was planning out this video, I kind of thought these laser engravers were a scam, just a gizmo or a gadget really being pushed on social media to bilk folks like you and me out of their hard-earned dough with the promise that all you got to do is set up a card table at a craft fair or throw your stuff on Etsy and you're going to make some money. And I don't know if I buy it. But let's get into this thing first. So what is a laser engraver? So a laser engraver, as you can see here, is a machine that uses lasers to burn stuff. So you can etch pictures into stuff, you can carve stuff, you can carve shapes out of wood or acrylic or leather. You can etch metal in some cases. It makes some really interesting designs. What kind of got me going was these tea lights. So you put a little candle in this box and it lights up a room. I like stuff like this. And you see a lot of tchotchkes being made with these wooden ornaments. If you've ever drugged yourself or been drugged to a craft fair or a holiday market or looked on Etsy, you'll see thousands of things made on laser etching machines. So how did I end up with this thing? Well, you see, when you start making videos on YouTube, companies come out of the woodwork asking you to review their products. This is one of those cases. Algolaser offered to send me this thing for free if I agreed to review it, which I'm happy to do. But I had already seen stuff on social media about these and I was a bit apprehensive because frankly, it just seems like they're trying to talk middle-aged bearded dudes who feel like they're kind of woodworker slash computer programmer slash creatives who maybe had a couple failed bands back in high school into trying to be creative and make money off it. Using a little hustle culture to sell your machine. I'm not in love with that. But this thing, again, not too terrible. So what do you got here? So this Algolaser DIY Kit Mark II comes completely unassembled. You build it yourself. Now, right now, I should be playing some really cool B-roll of me unboxing this thing and reacting and putting it together, but my camera decided to not record any of it. Thanks, GoPro. So the idea on this DIY kit is that it kind of comes modular. You don't have to buy all the stuff at once. It's kind of an entry-level machine, but it's got some cool features on it. Now this machine is modular. You can change this laser out. You can change these rails to longer ones. You can add or subtract air assist. You can, put in one of these mats if you want. They even have enclosures. But being modular means you kind of plug it all in together, you build it yourself, and there's a whole mess of wires hanging out around here. And sometimes these wires, when this thing's moving around, kind of like to get in the way. And you kind of have to zip tie them together to keep them in order and where you want them. And they just end up having this big mess, which for me is kind of fun, but I could see how it's irritating to some people. See, I like kind of the mad science aspect here. We're experimenting. We got things wired to other things. This speaks to me. It's great. But I hate when things like this get bound up. It kind of drives me crazy at the same time. So even though I do like the DIY nature of this whole setup, having this here where it can get clogged and stuck in these runners and all sorts of stuff is kind of an irritation. So you can build first just this setup, the laser setup. underneath this piece of wood is a grid table. And I think you gotta have one of those because you're burning holes through wood with a laser. You probably don't want that happening on your dining room table. So you get one of these grids that prevents it from burning through. There's also an air assist, which I have turned off, which is really loud, but it's really useful with these because it squirts air where the laser's going and makes it so it doesn't char the wood. So again, this system's modular though. You could just start with the laser, and there's a couple versions. There's a 5 watt or a 10 watt. Buy the 10 watt. Build it yourself. It's not too hard. And then start making stuff. So how do you do that? Well, the first thing you need is a design. Now there's already some preloaded designs in this machine. What's really cool is there's a touch screen here you can use to control the laser if you don't want to use a laptop or your phone to control it. Although I do recommend using a laptop. Now, the preloaded designs in here are really cute and fun, but you're going to want to make something of your own. So you go out there and you find a design program. Like I use Canva. That's how I make thumbnails for these videos, where you can also make other designs. Then you load those Canva designs into some sort of software. So you could, if all you want to do is just etch little pictures and cute sayings onto pieces of wood, you could just put your design on a thumb drive, plug it in this machine, push a couple beep boop buttons, maybe change around a couple settings, and start etching designs onto wood. But the real power with these things is changing your speed and changing your etching depth and cutting wood into shapes to make stuff like these boxes. I love making these, they're so fun. And to do that, you need a piece of software to do it. Now, Algolaser has their own software, it's okay, but in reality, there's two softwares that you could use. Software companies, I don't know what we're gonna call it. One's called Laser Gerbil, GRBL. It's completely free. Or there's another one called Lightburn. Now, unless you have a computer programming degree or love getting real navel-gazy into design programs, just get Lightburn. It's got a learning curve still, but it makes your life a little easier. It's free at first, and then you pay $100 for the program for the rest of your life. Not too bad. So you take your picture or whatever you're making from Canva, put it into Lightburn, watch some YouTube videos on how to use Lightburn, and then load your design from Lightburn into the Algolaser. So you have to export that file. I'm not going to get into a how-to here, but I will say something I learned real fast is you need to output what they call a G-code file from here to here. If you don't do that, you're going to have a bad time. So you can set some parameters to cut parts deeper than others, and then throw your design onto the machine. It's pretty easy. You don't, with this one at least, have to be connected to the internet. You can hook your laptop up to it, or you can just use a USB stick, which I normally do because I've got this thing in the barn. Why do I have it in the barn? Because this thing smokes a lot and it's stinky. There's no enclosure for this one. You can buy one, but maybe you don't want to throw $1,000 into all your equipment at first. Maybe you want to go entry level. You're going to have this thing outside, or at least in a very well ventilated area, maybe by a window, but it smokes and it stinks because it's burning things with lasers. It's pretty cool. Now, before you hit go, you will want to have a set of laser glasses. They give you some. I bought some on Amazon. I'll have a link to some of these glasses in the video and a link to this machine in the video as well. So then after you press go, it starts making a design as easy as that. Now, you're going to find that these lasers are kind of fiddly. And I don't think it's just Algolaser, it's the idea in general. So if you're the kind of person who likes coming up with an idea and trying that idea and failing and going back to the drawing board and trying again and failing and going back to the drawing board, and that's what drives you, this is a really cool machine for you. Okay? This gives you an opportunity to come up with new ideas and think outside the box and see what other people are doing and see how you can put your own twist on it. You know, it's kind of like cooking, but with lasers. And you're gonna make a lot of mistakes. I've got a whole pile of wood back here of mistakes. And sometimes things I'm making aren't mistakes, they just don't work out. These things were supposed to be burned all the way through, it didn't work out. Maybe it was the humidity in here, maybe it was the wood, maybe it was something else, I don't know. But you fail a lot. And for me, that's kind of fun. I can go out here and try new things, and when I do succeed, I feel great about it. But can you make money with a system like this? This is an entry-level system. This is made for home hobbyists and DIYers, and they do say for small businesses. And the answer to that is maybe. You know, let's say we want to make a bunch of these boxes. That's a fun one I made. A hammer and nail box. You put a candle in it. It's a cool gift. Let's say you can sell one of these for 15 bucks. It takes about an hour to crank one of these out on one of these machines. You know, even a 10-watt laser is pretty low powered, so it takes time to do the work. So at an hour for 15 bucks, after materials, maybe you're getting 14 bucks an hour. Okay, sure, you're putting in a little extra money in your pocket, but you could probably make more money delivering pizzas on your days off if you want. Because you can't just set this thing and walk away, really. You've got to be around it, because you're burning things with lasers. It could start a fire. So you have to check on it, recheck on it, and you'll have projects that will fail, and projects that just won't go exactly as planned. And so do I think this is a viable money-making opportunity? No, but I don't think that's the point. You see, I think the point is, it's kind of fun to just have a hobby, and we don't need to monetize our entire lives, right? See, this side hustle culture gets so crazy that everything you have has to be monetized. You have to make money. You have to justify your hobby by monetizing it, and maybe you don't. Maybe you can just make gifts for people. So that's what I'm doing. I'm out here in the barn, hanging out with the laser, making designs, coming up with fun, cool stuff that I'm later going to try to sell on Etsy or in my wife's shop because I'm sick in the head. But overall, this machine, really fun to use. I like that there's options to use it offline. I like that you can use it with a laptop, or like what I usually do, go to the house, make a design inside where it's warm, bring it over on a USB stick, plug it in, set this thing up, fiddle around with one of my other projects, and check on it from time to time. Do you got a laser engraver? Am I wrong about this stuff? Is it the ultimate money-making opportunity? Let me know in the comments. We'll see ya.